Problems with a problem property boiling over.
It's time to do something. It's time to shut it down.
Sewage and bacteria found in the water, adding hardship for all of those in a Park City neighborhood, while the apartment's residents are now being forced out. Plus, mounting bills and frustrations.
When you look at the history of several years of usage, what happened during a very brief period of time makes no sense.
The city of Billings moving forward with late fees and water turnoffs, while some residents feel they have nowhere to turn. The MTN 530 News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Andrea Lutz. Tonight, Park City residents are facing a double crisis: sudden evictions and a water boil advisory after inspectors found dangerous conditions at the Homestead apartments and bacteria in the water supply. Our Isabel Spartz has the latest on this ongoing saga at the apartments.
It's a repeat nightmare.
He's caused a lot over the years.
To a nearly 2-decade problem in Park City.
It's crazy it went on this long.
Now residents within a 2-block radius of the Homestead apartments face a boil water advisory after sewage leaked into the well water.
As far as we can tell, there's a sewer leak on the property somewhere leaching into the ground.
As crews work to find solutions, Ben Goldie, who lives right behind the property, says it's not the first time it's happened, even having to modify his own water system.
We've got several $1,000s tied up in a water system in our house. We wound up with E. coli on one of our properties.
The water mishap, along with years of problems at the complex, is now followed by Gary Whites, who owns the building, being sued by the County Board of Health, trying to force an adequate inspection. Goldie is one of many also pushing for change.
We went to court, and the judge had said he would meet with the 2 attorneys in 2 weeks to make a decision, and 2 days later, here we are.
But now another issue. While the court decides, the health department is shutting the building down until conditions are healthy, meaning tenants have to vacate.
He isn't treating people very well over there. He doesn't care about his tenants at all. It's all about the money for him.
It's a mountain of headaches for not only the tenants, but for the homes and businesses nearby. Across the street at Pop's Inn Bar, longtime employee Bonnie Jo Cardenas says the bar has spent thousands in a new filtration system.
We have a water filtering system, but nevertheless, you can check for the nitrates, but you cannot check for any bacteria.
Even more on hauling water cases and bags of ice.
This happened a couple of years ago, and it ran into the thousands here.
She's just one of many fed up, hoping it's the boiling point to getting the property removed and the dangerous conditions cleaned up.
There's a lot of people that are upset because it took so long, but it's being done now.
It's time to do something. It's time to shut it down. Hopefully this will be resolved soon, but for right now, all we can do is just keep buying the water and bring it in.
In Park City, Isabel Spartz, MTN News.
The city of Billings says it's done waiting. Late fees are coming and water shutoffs are on the table for residents who still haven't paid those outstanding water bills. More than a year after Billings residents started seeing sky-high water bills, some soaring into the thousands of dollars, frustrations are now boiling over, and the city is blaming the confusion on its new billing system after a full audit insists the bills are accurate. But that hasn't eased tensions. Many homeowners remain convinced something is wrong, and now some are even pursuing legal action against the city. Well, the deadline has many Billings residents scrambling now for help, including one woman who says the charges have put such a strain on her family they had to move sooner than expected. With the latest on where this goes next, here's our Vanessa Willardson.
22-year-old Kaylee Ferguson owes the city $4,134 in water bills.
They basically told us, like, there's nothing more we can do. Like, the meters are correct, is what they told us. So whatever is flowing through those meters is what you need to pay.
It all began last August when the city sent her a water bill of approximately $2,500. Ferguson immediately got Public Works involved, which sent a maintenance crew out to check for water leaks.
They were like, this is insane amount of water. They told us, like, even if you left all of your sinks, your bathtub, your washer dryer, your toilets, your hose outside, if all of that was running, you still wouldn't use this much water in a month.
But even though no leaks were discovered, the city continued to send Ferguson outrageously high water bills.
I was like, what are we supposed to do with this? Like, we're up to $4,000 now. I can't afford $4,000 for 2 months worth of water. And I mean, that's double the amount we were paying for rent.
Public Works told Ferguson she needs to set up a payment plan with the city by the end of December, or her debt will be sent to collections.
They send it to collections, which hurts your credit. If you don't pay the collections, they can start deducting it from your paychecks.
The Billings water dispute Citizens React Facebook group has documented bill invoicing from more than 50 residents who say they experienced unusually high water bills starting last summer.
When you look at the history of several years of usage, what happened during a very brief period of time makes no sense.
Ed Johnston, who also received unusually high water bills, teamed up with property owner Gary Zach. They've both been negotiating with the city, trying to find a solution.
Even though we've talked to a lot of people, they're still telling us that they believe that everything that was billed is 100% accurate and they want their money.
While legal action is on the table, it's not the road either of them want to go down.
The citizens will have to pay those legal fees. So whether we win or we lose, we still lose.
In the meantime, Johnston and Zach are continuing to gather stories through their Facebook page.
We can take that and we can gather the information and be a source for passing it on.
In Billings, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.
Storm Tracker weather starts now with meteorologist Ed McIntosh.
Here's a live look with the Stockman Bank weather cam where temperatures today, no big surprise, above average once again, 36 for the high, or rather the low, and then 52 this afternoon, obviously 6 degrees above the seasonal averages. Winds were light, fairly quiet for us, but I want to show you, this is a live shot from Sydney right now, where we've had areas of fog throughout the day, and we're scheduled to have a fog advisory expire at 6 o'clock, but still looks like that's a real concern there. Showers in western Montana around Missoula, mainly 40s right now across the region. Cody, you're sitting at 54 for one of the warmer readings. Great Falls at 56. Only the 30s from Williston over towards Glasgow, and Glendive right now reporting 36 degrees. There's where that fog is, right around Sydney. The visibility still down to about a mile right now. So let's take a look at our satellite radar mix, where we see a few showers continuing to move in. It's not a lot of moisture, but we'll see some higher elevation rain and snow throughout tonight heading into tomorrow. And then as we go into the overnight, we'll look for temperatures to be into the 30s. First thing this tomorrow morning, 40s across areas of northern Wyoming. And there's where the fog advisory is into effect for at least now. Be careful there, as we could have a lot of travel concerns in the short term. Highs tomorrow in the 50s to a few low 60s, especially to the west of Billings. It'll be a little cooler across the eastern plains, but everybody is still sitting at or warmer than average for this time of the year. Keep in mind that Billings would typically be in the mid 40s for a daytime high, and then looking 50s again on Tuesday afternoon. It's a fairly quiet weather period. There's going to be a few showers around. They will look for a little more significant chance of showers to start to move in on our storm tracker forecast as we start getting into Wednesday. Some higher elevation snow, some rain showers for the lower elevations. For the most part, it shouldn't be terribly impactful until you start getting into the foothills and the higher elevations. It's fairly quiet on Thursday, and again on Friday. We'll start to see a weather pattern change as we start getting into the weekend. I'm going to push this out towards Saturday. Chance of snow starts to move in. Really bigger impacts over into western Montana and southwest Montana, but that starts to creep closer to Billings and through northern Wyoming. Still quiet across the eastern plains if this model analysis holds up, and it seems like it's been fairly consistent here for a while. Here's how things look for us in the Super 7-day forecast for Billings. Temperatures, as I mentioned, would normally be in the mid 40s, so we're warmer than average throughout the week, and we'll start to see a shift to the weather pattern as we start getting in towards Sunday. And the overnight temperatures are also above seasonal averages. But if you have travel as we start getting closer to Thanksgiving, we could see a significant change in the weather pattern as we start getting into next week. We'll come back and take a look at the rest of the 7-day forecast and wind things up in just a couple of moments.